What's good, guys? Back with another video. Today we finna play all my inside out score. I made a new reverb build called the inside out score. I got 92 driving dunk, 73.8, 75 ball handle, and just the rest of the stats mostly. And my badges are this. And so yeah, we should get to it, you heard me? Wait, hold up, let's say something. We don't want to boss out these, so might as well put this on something else. So we should play against the
I want to talk to you about what's going on with Othello.
What do you mean?
Word travels fast in this business.
So you want to give me a pep talk? Sorry your life's going down the toilet. Hang in there, kiddo.
Not exactly. But I'll tell you one thing, you're not going to accomplish anything by feeling sorry for yourself. Life's not fair. So what? Get over it.
You know, you have a very interesting bedside manner, might I add.
I'm not your best friend, MP. I'm not here to coddle your ego. I'm here to put the best team possible on the...
All right, so let's start with me. I'm moving from the 2 to the point guard position. Joe, what kind of point guard build do you suggest?
All right, LD, so as the point guard, you are primarily responsible for all of the offense, right? You got to be the one to play make, put the ball in the hole, create open shots for everybody. So this 6-1 build is going to be able to do all that.
I like the sound of it. What are the pros and cons of this build, Joe? What do I need to know going into this?
All right, so going into this, offensively, you are a juggernaut. You have a 92 3 ball. You have a 96 ball handle. You get the Hall of Fame clamp breaker, unpluckable, hyper drive, quick first step, all the things you're going to need to beat your defender off the dribble. You have an 86 driving dunk, so you can still attack the basket, 95 acceleration, and on top of it, you still have 7.
Hey, a real treat in store for us tonight, folks. We get to see two teams with some of the best young talent in the NBA, Graham.
I mean, you said it best. I mean, these teams and their players, they have a lot of runway in front of them. So you get a glimpse of the league's future here. With the wealth of potential on both sides, these are teams that figure to be contenders for years to come.
Looking at the starting five for the Minnesota Timberwolves. At the forward spots, it's Edwards and Towns. Mike Conley out there with Jalen Noel. And it's Gobert in at the 5 spot. A remarkable defensive play. The replay showing once again the tenacity on that end.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
Noel, that's good.
Yeah, we've seen Conley do this forever, running the point with precision.
Here's Big Daddy. Up top, Bane. Pass to Big Daddy. From deep three-point range, drops in the 3. A big deal for many NBA stars, landing a deal with Gatorade. MP has just secured that for himself.
And honestly, it means you've arrived to some degree. Good for MP to close that deal, and a nice move there from Gatorade.
Here's Noel. Last game for him, he had 14. Oh, Adams with the block.
Oh, a fantastic defender. Adams embraces his role on this team as their defensive anchor. And maybe they're a little too excited today. They need to settle down. They've opened up 1 for 4. Just taking it right to the rim. And no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Edwards finds Towns. To the inside. It's rebounded by Memphis.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
A unique talent. Ja Morant has taken the NBA by storm. Grant, does Ja remind you of anyone?
Well, many people, including Paul George, have compared Ja to a young D. Rose. Yet each explosive athletes at the one position. Both Ja and Rose leading their teams at a young age as well.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. After the basket by Memphis. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. Here's Noel.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency. This has been a tough quarter for him and a challenging game for this team. Well done on the glass. Gets himself in position where he can use his size.
Here's Big Daddy. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
We've watched Morant get so good at this. Instinctively spots the opening and feeds a really good shooter.
Minnesota calls timeout. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Phoenix.
And they got to the line at a good clip, but couldn't cash in, and it ruined their chances.
And that can drive guys absolutely crazy. I mean, they know they're better free throw shooters than that, but just did not get it done from the line.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Back to Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him. Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Outside Conley. Pass to Towns. A minute 58 left in the first quarter.
You know, when he referred to himself as the greatest big man shooter of all time, Karl Anthony Towns certainly raised some eyebrows and sparked some debate in the NBA fraternity.
A big group substitution here for Memphis. Tillman's checked in for Adams. Aldama comes in for Jackson. Brooks, he's checked in for Desmond Bane. And it's Jones in for Morant.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
From the high post. The shot by Big Daddy, no good. You know, with Towns, there's no doubt he's a lethal shooter from downtown.
Well, the numbers don't lie, man. This guy, B.A., has been around 50, 40, and 80 throughout his career. 50% field goals, 40% three, and 80% free throws. Tell me how many big guys can match up with those numbers. Very few.
Here's Big Daddy. Coming off 41 points last game out. And he banks in the layup. 14 points for him.
Well, things keep working out for MP in the business world. He's come to terms with Ruffles to be a brand representative.
Ooh, that's a nice win there for MP landing that deal. Slowly but surely, he's building his brand.
Watch out now. Look out below. Edwards rising to the rafters.
And how about that replay? Man, you got to appreciate the hustle on defense.
A defensive play like that early in the game can go a long way. Establishes an attitude that you want to have during the game.
Here's Edwards. The Grizzlies making their last shot. He gets it in there.
So far, he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Low resistance to the finish line.
Aggressive take there to get inside. They're looking to make things happen to try and take control of this game.
Count that bucket.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Here's Alexander Walker. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. Inside. An easy two on the layup.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
For Memphis, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Big Daddy's shot is good.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
So when I get to an 80,
Outside Edwards.
put it on so
And the layup is good off the glass. Edwards has got 9 points.
Composed and cool effort from Edwards inside. Not rushing himself or forcing a bad shot. Taking what's available.
Big Daddy's shot is good.
He's been shooting with great consistency tonight. Love to see that confident play on offense.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. And they push the tempo in this one, getting out in transition and making the defense pay. We'll be back in a moment.
Everybody, especially was supposed to shoot that would block.
Both teams making substitutions here. Memphis has gone 3 of 6 from outside in the second quarter. On the court for Minnesota. At the forward spots, it's Edwards and Towns. Jalen Noel out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Reed in at the center spot.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Everyone's still finding their footing in this early part of the season, Grant. How important is it to get off to a really hot start?
Oh, it's so important to get off early to a good start, BA. You really want to build some momentum early. In some ways, it can really set the tone for the rest of the season.
Tillman's checked in for Memphis. And Towns' three-pointer is elite. But some don't think centers should float around beyond the arc. What's the balance there, you think, Grant?
Well, I mean, first of all, it just shows how the game has evolved with big guys shooting like him. The bottom line, just play with aggression and don't settle. That triple is a weapon. You also got to use your size and skill inside just as often. They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Can't hit that one. Now Memphis takes it the other way. There's 1:26 left to play in the second quarter. Here's Big Daddy. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Slow defensive rotation causing a breakdown along the perimeter.
Minnesota has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. Now Edwards. 9 points in the game. Here's Reed. And it's Tillman with a rebound. Here's Big Daddy. Shoots from 14. And another basket for Memphis.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And they double up Edwards. Pass to Noel. Shot clock at 6. And a jumper from the wing offline.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
Here's Big Daddy. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Towns has got 4 rebounds now. To end the run, the 3 is up. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly. He was anchored in and making a living down low tonight.
Outside Edwards. Over Bain. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Memphis with a commanding 22-point lead going into the break. They've done well to disrupt the...
Good defense, good playmaker, good shooting. They definitely good finishing. I see I'm doing 27.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Memphis has gone 6 of 9 from three-point range. Inside, it's the pair of Jackson Jr. and Adams. Then there's Ja Morant. Then it's Desmond Bain. And it's Big Daddy in a 2-guard. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Taylor Jenkins. That was another look at our Mobile One drive of the game just a moment ago.
Yeah, that's a little icing on the cake right there. Putting on a show while they enjoy a big second half lead.
Pass to Towns from deep.
Ain't no way.
It's rebounded by Memphis. Morant's got his 4th rebound in this one.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards.
Get off me. I told y'all. I told y'all this was it, bro.
A big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas